Welcome back to the next step in this Component.Studio beginner walkthrough. This time we'll be setting up the trash cards for the game that use a different card size than the critters. It's basically the same process, we just need to set up a new design and select a different size template. Before I get into that, I just want to share a tip I learned from JT himself, the creator of Component.Studio. Turns out there's a faster way to shift columns in the datasheet, or dataset. I tend to use those terms interchangeably. Just grab the column by the very top cell and simply drag it to the new position. Bam, easy peasy. Now you'll still see me using the drop-down menu method because I already recorded a bunch of this, but I'll definitely be using that method moving forward. All right, on with the trash cards. Back here in the Designs tab for Trash and Grab, you can see the critter design listed here. To start a new design, we just click on this button up here in the right corner that says Add Design. I'll give the design a name here and then select the appropriate template for the card, in this case, the mini deck. No dataset exists for the trash cards yet, so I'll leave that selection set to Create New, and then I'll set the back type to single again. Then I'll click Create, and here we are back at a new design screen. This time, instead of starting with the design layout, I'm going to create the datasheet for the trash cards first. So we'll let the default design hang out for a bit and go up here to the right to Inputs and Open Datasheet. That gets us to the default sheet. All right, I'll leave this default name column as the card name, the trash item name. And this description column can become the attribute text column. This existing image column I'll bump over to the left and use as the card face image. I'll call it trash face, trash_face. Next will be a number column called trash_points. Then a column for the art of the trash item. I'll call it trash_image. And then slide that over to the left right after trash face. If a card has a bonus, the graphic element for that bonus box is actually baked into the face image the way that I've set this up, but there needs to be a column for the bonus text when it's relevant. I'll call that column bonus_box_text. This bonus is linked to a type of critter card, so I need a little text to name the bonus animal and also another image to show the animal art. I'll call these, surprise, surprise, bonus animal text and bonus animal image. Some of the trash cards are also tagged as a tool item. There are probably more elegant or sophisticated ways to do everything I'm doing here, but I'm just going to make another text column and call it tool so I can just literally type in the word tool when I need to indicate it on a particular card. So now I just need to add rows for each trash card and populate the cells with the data. We'll just start with cheese because why not? Cheese is not, in fact, a bonus card, so it gets the non-bonus version of the face image. Trash image is, of course, cheese. It also is not a tool, so I'll leave that blank. Cheese has the attribute tasty, of course, and it's worth 2 points. There is no bonus text to include, and no bonus animal text or image. So that's it. That's the cheese card data filled out. Easy. There are a bunch of these trash cards, as you might imagine in a game about critters digging through trash piles. I won't make you sit here and watch every little detail though. I'll fall back once again on the magic of editing. Here we go. See you on the other side of this time-lapsey montagey thing. All right, back here in the card designer, we can lay out and connect all the necessary fields that make up the variable areas of these cards. Everything should display the instant that I link it up, as long as I've not made any horrible mistakes along the way. The name field is there already. You can see it displaying spicy pepper here. If we flip through, it's pulling the other text from the name column as well. That's good. I'll go ahead and modify this existing image field to be the card face image field with just a couple of adjustments. We'll open this menu that we're all getting very familiar with at this point, find the helper section and set it to look for the image in row.trash_face. Now the parameters of how that image is displaying inside that field need to change. I'll switch the fill type to contain and then drag the edges of the bounding box to fill all the way to the edge of the bleed area, this red area around the edge. Now I can just flip through the rows and make sure the face images are displaying. Looks like everything is there. Good, good. Now I'll just want to move the face image layer down so it's on the bottom so all the other layers can display above it or on top of it. And the name field needs a bit of love here. I'll just center it up, change the vertical alignment to middle. And again, I like to just flip through occasionally to validate everything is working as intended. I'm going to modify this existing description text field to become the bonus text field. I'll call it bonus_box_text and link it up with, you guessed it, row.bonus_box_text. And drag it down where it's meant to be and do a little adjusting of the box and do a bit of text formatting here. Then I'll just duplicate that field so I don't have to keep redoing some of those formatting choices. It just saves a little bit of time here and there. I'll make this copy the text for points or intelligence, which is kind of in the same space on each card. And then I'll link this up to row.trash_points. It could stand to be quite a bit larger, I think, so I'll bump that up. 100 looks about right to me. Then we need the attribute and type text up there. I'll duplicate that bonus text box again and rename this one tool for the tool text, and then position it over there on the left of this little banner. Then link it to row.tool. And it immediately goes blank because this fish card is not, in fact, a tool. Now I'll duplicate it again for the attribute text and link it up with row.attribute. And fiddle with that text box a bit just to make sure it stays inside that blue safe zone. And I need to actually adjust the horizontal alignment for both of these, right align for attribute and left align for tool, even though it isn't present on this particular card. Okay, now what's next? How about the trash item image? I just need to add an image layer. I'll name it trash_image and then link that up with row.trash_image. And immediately the fish image shows up. It just needs a bit of adjustment to get it into the right spot on the card layout. And if we flip through again, we can see the other images appearing too. Now onto the bonus animal image and bonus animal text. For the image, I'll just duplicate this trash image box, rename it and adjust its size and position, and then link it to row.bonus_animal_image, and bam, there's the gator. I'll just do a bit more adjusting here and then move on to the bonus animal text box. I'll duplicate the bonus text box, rename it to bonus_animal_text, and then switch on the drag to move and drag to resize buttons. And I'll just rough it in there in the general spots. Link it up with row.bonus_animal_text and get it the rest of the way into position near the animal image. And there, that should be all of the trash cards set up with a layout and a data sheet or data set. If we do one last flip through here, we can see it all come together. Now, before I wrap this one up, I did overlook something that would have probably been more efficient to do when I was inputting the rest of the data in these rows. I forgot to indicate the quantity of each card, so before I forget some more, I'm going to run through here and update the quantities. This is something you might not know if you're using Component.Studio as a tool for very early development. I just happen to be inputting a finished game into the platform, so I already know how many of each card should be included. In any case, you can always alter this value as you move through the iterations of your game. This number will come into play when it's time to export the game. It will tell the system how many copies of each row to produce during the export. And I also need to do this for the critter cards as well, so I'll do that while I'm thinking of it. And there we go. That's it for this portion of the walkthrough. We've got 2 sets of cards ready to go now. Just a few more to prepare before we can start exporting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.